Hey guys, we are back in HOPStart and today's episode is crazy because I'm going to start with, I'm sure you guys would always need a resume to start your work, right? Wherever you go for an interview, you would definitely need a resume. So anyways, to start with, I'm going to a company which is called Resumod. They are actually into making resumes online. So it will be very interesting to talk to one of the founders, and post which I am going to talk to the founder of Zostel, guys. And Zostel is also an amazing travel experience domain, plus they have hostels. It's going to be amazing.
Hi, my name is Rajat Vashisht. I am the founder of Resumod.in.
Hi Rajat, welcome to HOPStart. Thanks for being a part of HOPStart. I'll quickly jump to my first question. What is Resumod all about? Because resume is a very important thing and it's very important for our viewers also who wants to start their career with. So let's understand what's Resumod all about.
So, Resumod is actually a do-it-yourself, a DIY platform that we built for students and young professionals. So the idea was that students face a lot of hurdles, when they are writing their resume for the first time, and nobody wants to spend money, especially students, they are hard pressed for money and anyways. So we thought of building a platform for them, they could come on board, fill up their information, select a template, get the resume ready in a few minutes. And in addition to this, what we've done is, we've tried to get internships for them, based on their profile. They can get matching internships. They can also find other professionals to connect with. So these are things which we are trying to integrate into Resumod. So in a way, for a student, it becomes very easy to start their professional journey from the resume to the job.
Right. So I mean, to start with, you're guiding someone who is making a resume for the first time from the scratch, and then even helping them to kind of connect people for like internship and different stuff. So how different will this be from some other job portal or the other portals which are doing something like this?
So mostly, no portal as such is is actually offering suggestions based on what the candidate's profile is. Now, what we are trying to build here is not just a platform where they can get their documents ready. Obviously, there is also a backend team which will guide them and help them if required in preparing that document. Apart from that, the engine that we are trying to build is going to be AI powered. This engine is going to help find relevant jobs and also e-learning courses that can help students upgrade their skills, and obviously in a way give them a holistic development
Perspective.
To actually find and land the right opportunities.
Awesome. And Rajat, tell me one thing, how important is a resume? Now, like some people think, it's a new age, you should be confident enough, walk into the person, talk to him or her and you'll get the job, you should know the way to talk. But resume, how important is that? Like,
so
the weightage of basically of that.
No doubt. Nothing beats networking. If you have the right connections and you meet the right people and you're really confident, you will find the opportunities.
But that's a privilege, isn't it?
That's a privilege. So less than 5% of people would actually be confident enough to go out there and meet new people. But what about the rest of the 95%?
Exactly.
So employers, even today, more than 80% employers ask for resumes to begin the recruitment process. The consultants who are hiring, who are downloading resumes from the job portals, they require resumes as a starting point.
Absolutely.
So resumes are here to stay for some more time, even though we see a lot of video resumes and everything is mushrooming, but at the same time that A4 sheet of resume is still carrying a lot of weightage.
Right.
Any job fair you go to, they will ask for a resume.
Right.
So resumes are definitely important. How you present yourself is important. So with our platform, we actually tell students, they also get to know what exactly should be written in the resume, no unnecessary stuff, no declarations or unnecessary objectives, only the part which will get you hired.
So what are these, so you are the right person to actually to be asked this question. What are the important stuff which you should actually look into while you are actually focusing in making your resume?
Obviously, for young professionals, the education matters a lot. The CGPA scores, what you were doing in your extracurriculars. So it all depends on what kind of jobs you are applying to. So a person who wants to get into, you know, the research side of things, for them the CAT scores matter a lot. But somebody who wants to get into, let's say, sales, or somebody who wants to get into, you know, a marketing role or an event role, then, you know, all those extracurriculars come into picture. You know, how many people you were able to manage, what kind of, you know, audience you were able to mobilize, you know, during your college fests and all. So, how many connections you have, you know. So, depending on what kind of jobs you are targeting, you need to focus on those areas in the resume, make sure they get the relevant attention. And, yeah, you know, so employers see that area and then they call you for an interview.
So Rajat, I'm very curious to know a little bit about your journey, how you thought about starting Resumod and how it all started.
So, my entrepreneurial journey started in 2011.
Okay.
So back then I was actually working in Gurgaon. So there, you know, me and my friends, you know, we were juggling with a few ideas because entrepreneurship was new, and Flipkart had started, Foodie was there, you know, which is now Zomato. So we were also juggling
with online trend just started.
That had started in 2007-8. So we were juggling with a few ideas. We had launched a few websites back then.
Okay.
They did not kind of kick off.
You had the entrepreneurial bug in you to want to try out things.
Yeah. So that time I, you know, left my job and I started an art retail portal that was Living Room Canvas.
Okay.
So what I tried to do back then was, you know, source the hobby artists, you know, people who are building paper maches and, you know, paintings at home, and try to sell that stuff to buyers.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, you know, these guys are talented but they don't have the platform.
Right.
So I built it, and you know, we tried to handle the logistics, but then I had no idea about how to source something from Odisha, send it to a Bangalore.
Okay.
So I was juggling with this. In the meantime, I obviously was hard pressed for money. So I thought I'll help students with their resumes. You know? So I started helping my friends and, you know, friends of friends with their resumes.
Okay.
So that sort of worked. So we launched Get Set Resumes. Me and a couple of friends, we thought that, okay, let us launch a portal for it, and it might start getting us some users. And initially we thought we'll keep it free, we'll earn through ads and all, but then free thing didn't work, so we priced it. The moment we priced it, we started getting orders.
Okay.
So that is how it started. The first year was very tough. In fact, my co-founders also left me. Then I continued with the idea. Then we got some business accounts, you know, who wanted to get a lot of resumes written.
Yeah.
Then it started from there.
And so where do you see Resumod like heading to, maybe like in 5 years down the line?
I you know, see the idea. So from Get Set, you know, we've actually pivoted to Resumod. So let's see if Resumod can actually take us you know, to another 10-15 years, because I know that Get Set is a purely service driven, you know, human driven business, and human driven businesses cannot scale beyond a certain point. So the reason we pivoted to Resumod is so that, you know, we could automate it and scale it further. So another 5 years down the line, I would say, you know, the entire idea of getting you know, those customized documents would just go away. And since people are always on the lookout for better deals and you know, more discounts, then an automated platform with a back-end team who will help you when you need the help.
Exactly. So that's where I was coming, that technology, there's a huge revolution of like in technology, and everything is getting digitalized, and now that you are also in fact a part of the digital world right now, and this is definitely going places. And as you were mentioning about the AI integration also, that tomorrow you just, while you typing your resume, automatically it tells you, gives you suggestions that, hey, you know, this is this education background can work with this field. So it's amazing times coming ahead, and good to meet you people, and it's good to see that such amazing things happening, and resumes are really important, and it's definitely, our viewers will definitely get a lot from this chat. And Rajat, it was awesome chatting with you, and thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you, Shobha.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Guys, it was amazing chatting with Rajat and knowing all about Resumod. And stay tuned, because after a quick break, I'll be meeting the founder of Zostel and see what it is all about.
2, 1.
I'm Dharamveer Singh Chauhan, co-founder and CEO at Zostel.
Dharamveer, hi, welcome to HOPStart. It's awesome to have you in HOPStart, and why I'm saying this because we're going to talk about a very different concept today. In our career-oriented show, we generally talk about startups, business, money, career, but you have a very cool thing going on, and that's Zostel all about, right? Tell me a little bit about Zostel first.
So from the outside, Zostel looks like a backpackers hostel chain. And in fact, we are the India's first and largest backpacker hostel chain as well.
Awesome.
But what it really is, it's for me, it's a country without borders, the way I see it.
Yeah.
And there are lots of people in this country. There's a large community.
Right.
And the people in this community, they love to travel in a manner. They love to travel the unexplored areas.
Yeah.
They love to go to new regions wherever Zostel has opened. Because when they enter Zostel, they feel this is a place where I can just be myself. I meet different people. I'm really not being judged for my color or my language, etc. At any point of time, at any single Zostel, there are people from at least over 6 countries. There are people from different parts of India. And I think that's a very important aspect while you travel.
So if I think about Zostel, is it just about accommodation or
no.
Yeah, so
I did not want to cut you over there.
Yeah.
So I was just telling you about this larger community. How does a Zostel goes through his journey?
Yeah.
He hears about Zostel, all right. Takes a risk, honestly speaking. What is this Zostel? Where am I going to share this place with other strangers? People are becoming bold in India these days, and especially I think even solo female travelers, they love to explore it themselves.
Yeah.
And as we were just discussing, it's a great educational impact as well when you
Yeah,
travel.
because
you
I'll
learn so much.
quickly tell you a story. Some time back, this friend of mine, she wanted to travel Himachal, and she wanted to travel alone, and she said, "How do I do it?" So I, in fact, told her that why don't you try this Zostel thing? And she figured out, she booked it, and she said it was amazing. So, but there was a little confusion when I spoke to her after she came back that, it was a beautiful place to stay and all. But I believe that it is just not about the stay, right?
Right.
It's much more than that.
Right. But we always, many times we don't mind, staying back and just thinking that what we really care about, that did she had a great experience, overall,
She seemed to, yeah.
Did she take back something, from the place that, she thinks that. And she gets confused when she's next asked, where are you from? She thinks, hey, maybe I'm from Jodhpur, but that Manali trip is also somewhere inside me. It's a difficult question to answer. So once you travel, and lots of millennials, a lot of jobs are unsatisfied, in the industry right now. So they keep exploring different opportunities. So what really is happening is that today, all of the 45 hostels that are running, so all of them are built by local community entrepreneurs, and we don't run and operate a single hostel ourselves. So in 2014, we actually open sourced how to build a backpacker hostel.
Okay.
So we were just pushing off the industry, and many investors were also you will give all of your data to the public, then anybody will copy. But we were like that we need more people to travel.
Yeah.
And when people start traveling, Zostel will always be the we have to set ourselves that golden standard. That, we remain the best place for
Hey,
them.
I'm very curious to know how did this idea came to your mind? How did you kind of?
See, I'll be very honest that I was extremely lucky. I shut down. I ran a gaming studio for 3 years, from 2008 to 2011.
Oh, interesting.
So I was always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and then it just failed. I was making Dream 11 in 2008. Nobody was paying me any money, and the ad revenues in India as well. So cricket love, but subcontinent not enough traffic. Closed that down and got very lucky break for an internship in the southern part of Germany, Karlsruhe.
Okay.
And it was a technical internship, and I had learned a lot of technology, being the first startup myself. Over there, I got a great deal with the professor that I'm going to work 3 hours extra Monday to Thursday. So everybody shuts down their working hours after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So I continued till 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday, right?
All right.
And it's anyways daylight in the summers of Germany. And then he gave me Fridays off. And I had this amazing Ural pass with me. What Ural pass gives you is that you can take any train across Europe.
You know the right way to do jugaad, huh?
Yeah, looked up over the internet. Full jugaad scene, matlab.
So Dharamveer, since it's a career-oriented show, what is your say on if someone wants to make living out of travel, like travel as a medium for someone to earn their living? how does he or she gets into it?
Sure. So I think, if you can make earning through living, we did a survey, in fact, that if you had infinite money, what would you like to do? 48 out of 50 people said they want to travel. All right. So the question that you are asking,
Quite in demand.
that you can make a living while traveling.
No, because a lot of people say, "Yaar, kash main har jagah ghum paun." And
Also everybody wants your job, but they don't know that you
maybe
have
yours.
To do. I don't get to travel, I'm struggling in Gurgaon, So, but anyways, they think that.
But the grass is always greener.
On the other
always
side.
greener.
But I'll directly go to the question that you asked. That I think what is great today is it's happening that there are different earning opportunities that are coming.
Right.
Let's say at one industry we can clearly see there are Uber and Swiggy drivers. These are like new jobs that are directly making a living over here.
Generating quite a lot.
At least they are surviving in the tier 1 cities. That itself is a big challenge today, right?
Yeah.
And we have an urbanization that's going on.
Yeah.
But what from the travel aspect, let's see that how do we really make money traveling, right?
Yeah.
So
what are the
really
ways you
happened?
can actually?
Yeah, right. So it started off with the bloggers first, right? So you have been into the industry, right? So 10 years back, people started blogging. They became those people who had great backlinks, great domain authority. Still do, take it. And then they charge you for a backlink. It's as simple as that. They travel, they review you, they give you a backlink. You also understand that, and people have done that, right? And what is now happening is that people are also building e-courses, right? That is how you can run those blogs, etc. So that's a layer that has come over it.
Like travel blog itself
It's a traffic, right?
Yeah,
so I'll tell you the data points suggest that 52% of people who are going to Google right now, they don't know where they want to go. Only 48% of people know the destination.
Yeah.
So 52% are discovering the destinations.
Yeah,
How do they
exploring
discover destination? They go to different shows, they read different blogs, they understand. Right, so that's the one opportunity.
That's a medium,
right?
major
That's a
medium.
right?
So this means that this is an really emerging and a booming sector.
Absolutely.
And from professionalism and from career perspective, there are innumerous amount of options and opportunities. And it was awesome chatting with you, Dharamveer, and I wish I could have continued chatting with you, but we have our time constraints. But before closing down, from an entrepreneurial aspect, from a perspective of that, if someone has an idea or they think they can start with something, what is that thing they should keep in their mind before they start it?
I think they should ask themselves, do they really love the problem they are solving?
Yeah.
Because the solving of the problem is going to demand a lot more than they think. So if you don't love her, it might be difficult.
It won't happen.
It's an infatuation, the journey stuff.
That was a quick one, but quite an effective one if people will get it right. Thank you so much, Dharamveer, for being a part of HOPStart. It was awesome chatting with you. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.